Okay, good morning, YouTube. Here we are for the London session. And let's see what we have here. Let's read our morning briefing. All right, so we just had the 8 o'clock candle, the 8 o'clock London time candle. I'm in Barcelona today, so it's 9:01 a.m. here, 8:01 a.m. in London. We're trading the London session, so let's talk about that time. In New York, where I usually am, it's 3 a.m. I don't usually trade this session, but here we are today doing it. Let's see. So, what do we have for macro and political news overnight and pre-opening? The tariff drama continues. Trump's July 9th Liberation Day tariff deadline looms. No extension in sight, although, he's Trump. Trump always chickens out, always backs down. Investors remain frozen on headlines. That's gold's fuel if tariffs land. So okay, so if the tariffs get implemented on July 9th, yes, that's bullish for gold. Of course, gold could price that in beforehand, so we might be going up. Although right now, currently, we are below. If we go over here to the 1 minute chart, you can see that we are below the monthly pivot point. This little purple line, this little dashed purple line there that might be a little bit hard to see is the daily pivot. So we're just slightly below the daily pivot right now. We have been below the daily pivot a bit earlier today at 2:51 a.m. New York time. So that would have been 7:51 a.m. No, 6:50. Yeah, 7:51. Yeah. So we were there just a little bit ago. I guess we've remained below the DPP. What I meant to say was that we were below it back here, right here. That was around let's see, 10 p.m. New York time. So around 3 a.m. London time. But we've just dipped below again, and maybe we're going to continue on down. If we look at the relative strength index, we can see that gold is weaker than the dollar right now. Gold is selling, the dollar's buying. Okay, so what else do we have here? The Fed's edge of the cliff. Powell reaffirmed tariffs have stalled rate cuts. No cuts before Q3 are likely. The dollar is responding, making gold a bit more appealing. So the dollar is weakening. Of course, this is the weakest I've seen the dollar, in a long time. The dollar right now is the DXY index is 96.853. It's been slightly lower, 96.742. It's been slightly lower the last day or so, but it's was it 96.377? Looks like that might be the low. Yeah, that's the 52-week low, and we hit it right there at yesterday at 5:30 a.m. New York time. Okay, back to the briefing. Markets digesting fiscal U.S. payrolls on deck. So we have ADP and NFP data. Let's see, is that really later today, or is that tomorrow? What do we have? I think that might be tomorrow, as in Thursday. Let's look here today. Oh, we do have ADP non-farm payroll. That will be coming in at 1:15 p.m. London time, 8:15 a.m. in New York. And then, of course, tomorrow, Thursday, we have all the data that would normally drop on Thursday and all the data that would normally drop on Friday, because Friday is July 4th, Independence Day in the U.S., national holiday. So Thursday we have hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, NFP, that's a big one, and the unemployment rate. And then later we have the ISM services PMI. So big news day tomorrow. Today, light news day, but the ADP non-farm employment change gives us a preview of where things might be going on Friday, so it could move the market. Fundamental snapshot, tariff countdown volatility. Yeah, so we talked about that. Fed's cautious, not dovish. So no fireworks unless jobs data disappoints, right? Dollar dips, debt jitters. So that means yeah, we'll kind of see what happens there with the dollar over the course of the session, the course of the day. All right, we are trading the 10-second futures chart, so the levels are given on the spot chart. However, we always do our charting on the spot gold chart. We do our trading when we're trading futures anyway on the 10-second futures chart, which is the chart that's behind, on the screen here. So just looking over that. Okay, we have the same breakout level that we did yesterday, 33.50 to 33.55. Yesterday at 33.55, we had a fake out. If you go to, let me make this true before I say it. If you go to the barcelonatrader.com, you will see in a moment. If you go to the barcelonatrader.com now, you will see the first blog post there. You have to scroll down to the first blog post. It's called, "Have you ever been stop hunted? Here's what just happened to you." It's a blog post about that stop hunt, liquidity grab, Judas candle, if you want to be a little more dramatic, that occurred yesterday in the New York session, and talks about how all that works. If you're watching this video at a later date, just go to the barcelonatrader.com, scroll down a little bit, you'll see a search bar where you can search the blog and just search for stop hunt or have you ever been stop dash hunted, and this post will come up. Okay, sentiment flow. All right, overall, this says that we're bullish, but I don't know if that's going to be true for this session. It looks like we're going down. Of course, we are hitting some support levels, but it looks like gold is going to muscle through those. Early London. Okay, it says to just skip unless gold pierces 3340.5, which it has. We're down here, or 3325 with momentum. So we're in that trade zone, but right now we're on some supports. I don't want to trade anywhere close to here right now. I want it to get down to, the 3327 level, maybe trade down from there. I have no idea what this is or why that's there. Let's see. Gold is leaning on tariff tensions and Fed caution, but no breakout unless structure confirms. Key breakout levels at 3340. We are at 3329 now, so 3340. I guess maybe that's to the upside that they're talking about, but we've been there. 3325. Okay, well, it is a little slow. It does seem like there's good volume in the market right now for this time of day and this time of year. We're in July. Okay, so I'm ready to take some notes. always take notes and journal as I trade. I did take a trade pre-session. I'm going to log that. Okay, so I took this trade at, let's call it 7:50 London time. Okay. All right, here we go. Um, let's see how we do here today. Let's see how the market is. We're just going to execute the plan. Starting to break below a level here. Okay, so we have daily pivot point is here, this purple line that you can barely see. And this yellow line down here, at 3320-ish, is the GM2. Typically on a daily, on the intraday, that is where sellers take profit. And we have a pretty clean trading range down to there, actually. You look at where we were yesterday, for example. Show you our chart. Bring this back in the easy range to identify. All of this is clean straight up yesterday. Now, if you look at it in a lower time frame, you'll see some chop, but well, that's pretty clean. So in theory, if it decides to break down here, and depending on volume, at least down here to the DM2 where I mentioned, could be fairly clean trading if it decides to do that. So that's what we're looking for right now. See if that happens. So a lot of what we do here is just going to be waiting. I want price to get below, let's call it 3325-ish. that gives us from 25 to 20 to try to do some clean trading in that direction. But until it gets there, we're in a bit of a choppy zone on the lower time frames. So unless we start seeing some, real momentum in the price action, where, we can see it's just gonna sail right through the chop, and then we're gonna wait. We're just gonna wait for the perfect setup, for the perfect area to arrive, and then see if gold reacts in a way that still makes us feel that that is the right trade to take. Patience. You're familiar with the game of baseball. We have to be like a batter, where the strike count is 3 balls and no strikes. Everyone knows that the next pitch is going to be a strike, probably straight down the middle, about waist high. And that is the pitch that the batter has prepared for. You better take a swing, and you better hit it. And so we are waiting for the same kind of situation, for price to be right where we want it, have the directional momentum that we want, have volume in the market, which we do now because it's the London session, the London overlapping with the Tokyo session, with the Asia session. Okay. Starting to head down, we're at 28. I'm getting a little momentum now. Now we're going to hit this swing low that you see here on the 1 minute chart. That will probably cause a reaction. You see this pin candle here, pinned down through it and then bounced right off of it. So we're back at it again. We know that there's some some passive buyers sitting right here. So let's see if price reacts there, if it just slices through it. Oops. Now, if it slices through, that's a good sign for us. We might want to be trading this. It's not going to slice right through. I'll back up a little bit. No? Okay, now it's going to come down. Okay, so not quite yet. I changed what I said about 25. I want about 25 on the spot chart. I want to be about 26. Well, maybe even a little bit higher than that. 27 and a half. 26. I want it to find a little bit of support. Just above that, which it may be doing right now. Here we go. So it is showing us a little reaction. Get a little support right here. When it comes down next time. There it is. That's the support I was looking for. Or right there. All right, if we get in here, we're going to get in, expect price to keep moving down. If it doesn't, if it does one of these hokey pokeys, we're going to get out right away. The setup either works or it doesn't. Statistics are in our favor. But to paraphrase comedian Stephen Wright, 62.831% of statistics are made up right on the spot. And I think I'm seeing a little bit of weakening in the differential between gold and the US dollar, meaning that the gold is strengthening a little bit. Over here on the right, you see this dollar gold relative strength. Gold is definitely weaker than the dollar. Well, okay, let's see what's happening here. Price action rules. Now we have 1 minute before the 30-minute candle. And look at that. That would have faked us out. Glad we didn't get into that. What's that? That was fake out. Okay, we're 1 minute into that 30-minute candle where it decided to turn around. And it is true. We were seeing a weakening in this differential, or rather a strengthening of gold versus the dollar. Of course, we were watching that on the screen. We're heading right back up to the daily pivot. I mean, I don't know if we're going to get there, but that's the direction we're going. We've got this resistance level here where gold came up, did spike through a little bit, but essentially this is our resistance level. If gold breaks through this resistance level decisively, we may be heading back up above the daily pivot. Okay, now we're coming back down. What did we hit? We did kind of just barely spike into that resistance. Made an actual lower high, just like it has been here. There's the high, there's the lower high, slightly lower high. So it looks like we're still coming down. Yeah, we got to get through the swing low here on the 1 minute. I'm not interested in trading downward until we break through this level here. So we're just going to wait. Sometimes the waiting is the hardest part. That was supposedly a laugh track. That did not really sound like much of a laugh track. Let's see what other sound effects we have here. It's a kiss. Yep. A bell. Yeah. Bird. Golf swing. Just testing some new sound effects to slot machine. Joke. Right, there we go. Insane laugh. Whip. Toilet flush. Record scratch. I don't like that one. It's game over. Some of these I don't like. Boo. Bad call.
We're sorry. Your call cannot be completed as dialed.
Uzi gun. Warning signal. Shotgun. All right, that's enough for now. Okay, let's get back to trading. Just consolidating here. Pretty boring. Okay, we see that gold has paused its uh, strengthening, seems to be back below where it was before. But we are getting to the point where we might be creating a higher high above here. Well, we come up above the daily pivot, which we almost are there. Yeah. And so it looks like we might be at a reversal here, well above the daily pivot now. Look at that. Strong climb there. Now, why didn't we? Well, we didn't trade that because up until this moment, we're in a downtrend. And I'm not going to trade against the trend just because we get that first signal out of there. That could be anything. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that we're at a reversal point. It could, and it does look like it's gaining some strength. So it might be time to change biases, my bias, but I'm not doing that on the first move. The early bird gets the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese. We're not going to be the first mouse into a trap. Dang. But it does look like we're changing direction. Well, we know for a fact that traders are trapped down here because some of them went short and they're about to get stopped out. Maybe some of them already have been stopped out. So this could just be a stop hunt. And we head down. If you were in a sell, you might consider moving your stop to just above this level, which would probably be about 33, 39. But not financial advice. Not financial advice. That's just what I would do. I'll be right back, chat. Okay. Now we have parity between the US dollar strength and gold, both at positive 2.3. So if we're going to go up, I'm looking for gold to get significantly stronger than the dollar. Okay, we see the dollar weakening slightly. Gold now a tiny bit stronger than the dollar. So this is a signal that we might be going up from here. Okay, we see the dollar weakening slightly. Gold now a tiny bit stronger than the dollar. So this is okay. Gold continues to strengthen, although there it just weakened a bit again. So we may have hit our upper support, our upper resistance level. Where did we get? We came above the MPP and the WM3. But that might be as far as we get. Right here, it might topple back over and come back down into the range. Might just be taking a breather before it continues upward. All right, 1 minute for the 9 a.m. candle in London. All right, so we're just hanging out here in this zone, nothing to trade here. So again, it's just a matter of being patient. It was all the way down and then suddenly decided we were coming back above the DPP, back above the MPP, back above the WM3. That's where it kind of stalled out and started coming back down. But it just seems to be moving right through these major pivots, the WM3 and the MPP, with no problem. It's as if they weren't even there. The only one that it seems to be respecting is the DPP. Came down here, kind of bounced off of it, and eventually moved below it. It came back up, bounced off of it, came back up, bounced off of it, and back up it, reach it. But then when it decided to move through it, it also just pretty much ignored it. But you know, I would say that it has shown back for the daily pivot point, but not really for these guys. A little bit here. Kind of, I don't know, it's kind of strange. Market gonna do what market gonna do. Nothing to do here. Just wait. Okay, we're getting some strength back into gold. Up away from this area where all these pivots are. So if this is what we're doing, might be taking some buy trades here. We're at this level before. What was that? That was about 347. Okay. Got a little resistance there. Might be worth. I don't know. I'm gonna wait a little bit more. This is getting into another difficult chop area here. You look in hindsight and you think, you could maybe have traded this, but we were, in this area where, if we go back over here, this is that same area on the 1 minute chart. You can see it's, the candles are small, a little choppy, coming up, coming back down. Can't really trade that. And then here, yeah, you could trade this, but look, you're at the MPP, the WM3. We talked before about how, it seems to just slice right through them and ignore them, but you're not going to count on that. Then we've kind of got this resistance here, this other swing high zone here. So as we push up through this, it looks like we might be able to trade it a little bit, but look at these candles. You've got a couple pushing up and then they just get smaller and push into this area here, and now we're coming down. So again, not really tradable. At least, not for the way I trade. I'm gonna wait price to get above the swing high, and depending on price action, if it gets up here, I might even wait for it to get through this bear volume zone here before I start trading it again. So we're just kind of in wait and see mode here while gold does its thing. We look over here at the differential on the right, got the US dollar and gold. A little bit of difference favoring strength to gold, but that didn't prevent price from coming down just now. So I also like to see this differential be bigger. All right, I've got 1 minute before the London 9:30 candle.